What's going on, everyone? So, the Los Angeles Lakers need to go get Cam Whitmore. So, Cam Whitmore is available. Houston has been in trade talks to try to move him because they just don't have a fit for him, right? Especially now that they got Kevin Durant, still have Eason, Jabari Smith. I mean, they are flushed with wings and guards and all that stuff. The last thing they need is Cam Whitmore. So they are in the process of trying to turn Cam Whitmore into something, anything, right? Obviously, what is the price? If they want, 3 firsts and all this crazy, then no, you stay away from them. And look, I know, let me get this out the way because I know people are going to be like, but Lakers need a center. Cam Whitmore would do nothing in changing a center. Right? It's not like he's making $20 million. I mean, the Lakers are active in trying to get Andrew Wiggins right now, right? And that wouldn't have an impact on the Lakers getting a center. The Lakers are very aware that they need a center. The Lakers are going to go get a center, right? They're going to probably trade for one. That's the goal. And then have a backup center sign, a veteran guy sign. That's the goal. That's the plan. Right? They have Christian Koloko, they have Trey Jamison as like their third bigs, right? Third and fourth bigs. Keep one on a two-way so you can bring them in. Lakers will be fine at the center position. I'm not worried about the center position, right? If Rob Pelinka doesn't do anything with the center position, doesn't even sign free agents, then we'll talk about it when that happens, right? But I trust that Rob Pelinka is going to at least get 2 centers for the Lakers. But you know what you need? You need athleticism, you need defense, you need wings, you need Cam Whitmore, right? You need guys. Lakers should have probably drafted Cam Whitmore. Obviously, hindsight is 2020. Lakers have been excellent in the draft. You're going to miss here and there. It happens, right? Obviously, Jalen Trevino wasn't the right choice. Should have went and got to Cam Whitmore. I mean, even Jaime Jaquez, people wanted Jaime Jaquez. Jaime Jaquez was not very good last year. He was great his rookie year. Last year, not so much, right? But Cam Whitmore is a guy that I just think he needs opportunity. He needs to go to a team that gives him a chance. He'll be 21 in July. We just drafted Darrow, and he's 21, right? Like, Cam Whitmore's still young enough to be our draft pick in this year's draft. The guy is, when he plays, is everything this Lakers team needs. He's also 6'7", 6'8". He can slot in really 2-3. He's a 2-3 guy, right? But, I mean, even in, like, small ball lineups, you could probably slot him in at the 4, right? Like, he's young. He's athletic. He can defend. He can hit shots. He can self-create. He can create for others. Cam Whitmore, in the right situation, could potentially be, like, a star. Like, I'm not saying he will be or that that it necessarily is going to happen or anything like that, but he has all the tools, right? That was the thing. He was supposed to be a top 10 pick in the draft that year, but because of injuries, there we go, injuries and him kind of, attitude questions and stuff like that, ended up falling, right? Well, he's shown he's been able to be healthy, and he's shown signs of, like, him being a very good player. At worst, I think he's a great rotation 3-and-D guy, which the Lakers really need. Also, you got to keep in mind, if the Lakers trade for a center or they trade for an Andrew Wiggins or something like that, guess what they're probably going to need? 3-and-D wing depth, right? Because you're probably trading a Rui Hachimura. You might end up trading a Jared Vanderbilt. You might lose Gabe Vincent and Maxi Kleba and Shake Milton, all these other guys, to go get a guy in a Cam Whitmore that can slot in and be your backup 2, right? Be your backup 3. Play in the rotation, right? And again, it just gives you another young development guy. He's exactly the kind of player you want alongside Luka. How did Luka get to the NBA Finals? Because he had a bunch of just athletes. I mean, look at like Derrick Jones Jr. and how good he was alongside Luka, right? That's why as soon as the Lakers drafted Darrow, everyone was like, dude, that's like perfect for Luka. Defensive, versatile, high flyer that can be a lob threat, be a slasher, cutter, all of that. Cam Whitmore could be all of those same things. Honestly, I'd go get a Cam Whitmore and still go get Andrew Wiggins and have Andrew Wiggins help mold Cam Whitmore. Because look, say what you want about Andrew Wiggins, he's still a very good basketball player. He can self-create, he can shoot 3-ball, he can defend multiple positions, he's got athleticism. Like, if Cam Whitmore could become an Andrew Wiggins, that's perfect. Right? Andrew Wiggins isn't a superstar or anything like that, but he's a very good basketball player that averages like 19 points a game, grabs like 5 rebounds and dishes out like 3 assists, as well as gives you a steal and a block. Right? Like, so again, if you could turn Cam Whitmore into into an Andrew Wiggins, that's fine by me. Right? Like, here, let's go over what Andrew Wiggins did last year, right? Just to kind of give an idea to everybody. So, Miami, 17 games played, 32 minutes per game, 14.8 field goal attempts, shot 36% from three-point range on 5.9 attempts, right? Which isn't like lights out, but it isn't bad. He did shoot 38% from 3 with Golden State. on 5.8 attempts. So he actually shot better with Golden State. But just, again, trying to give you an idea of what Cam Whitmore could potentially be. Right? 2-point range, 8.9 attempts, shot 52.3%, 53% EFG, shot 74% from the free throw line. He was 78% with Golden State. 4.2 rebounds, 3.3 assists, 1.5 steals, a full block, and 19 points per game was what he was for Miami last year. If Cam Whitmore could be anything close to that, that would be fantastic, right? And he's young, development guy. So now you got him, you got Dixon, you got Thero, you got Koloko, Jemison. You start putting together these young players. Oh, Bronny James, right? You have these guys that you can start slowly piecing together. You look at Houston last year. He played in 51 games. He only got 3 starts. He played 16.2 minutes, which was less minutes than he played his rookie year. He got 7.9 attempts, which was less than he got his rookie year. Shot 44.4%, which was less than his rookie year. Shot 35.5% from three-point range, which was less than his rookie year on 3.6 attempts, which was, guess what? Less than his rookie year. 2-point range, 4.3 attempts, which was less than his rookie year. 51.8% from 2-point range, which, yeah, you said it. I know you said it. And then an EFG of 52.5% EFG, which was less than his rookie year. Free throw shooting was actually better on 1.4 attempts, but took fewer attempts than his rookie year at 75%. 3 rebounds, which, again, yep, there you go. 1 assist, which was actually more. Same steals, 0.6. Same blocks, 0.4. 9.4 points, where his rookie season he averaged 12.3. The rookie season he was 12.3 with 4 rebounds, an assist, a steal, half a block. Shot 68% from free throw range. 53.9% EFG, 53.8% from 2-point range on 5.3 attempts, shot 36% from 3-point range on 4.7 attempts, and then field goal percentage 45.4%. You look at his per 36. Now, per 36 doesn't tell you everything, kind of gives you an idea what would he look like as a full-time starter. Last year, right, he would have been 21 points, 6.6 rebounds, 2 assists, 1.5 steals, and a block per game. His rookie season, he would have been 24 points, 7.4 rebounds, 1.5 assists, 1.5 steals, and a block per game. Do you know how good that could potentially be? Like, all of the potential in the world is there. And again, Houston is actively trying to trade him right now. If the Lakers can pull something off to go get him, again, what does Houston want? What is Houston looking for? Right? Like, you know, that's the other thing, right? What could you maybe give up? Do they just kind of want to get off of them and get some assets, right? Well, problem is Lakers don't have the assets, right? So you'd have to trade a player. So what is that player? Honestly, and this is just me, and people might feel otherwise, I would trade Dalton Connect to go get Cam Whitmore. Genuinely. Why? Cam Whitmore, you're right, is not the better shooter, but he's the better defender. He's more athletic, and he's 4 years younger. Almost 5 years younger, right? So, again, I think Cam Whitmore has much more upside and potential. I think he would actually have been a guy that could have maybe played and seen the basketball court in the playoffs. Why? Because, again, he can play defense. He can play both sides of the basketball. He can defend and hit shots. Where the problem with Connect is he can't defend. Right? Cam Whitmore gives you the guy that can defend. He can defend and he can get after it defensively. He was actually very good for Houston defensively last year. Right? So he's a guy that I think could be a legit two-way player. So if you could turn Connect into him and be like, hey, you know, you want Cam Whitmore, right? You want Dalton Connect, boom, easy swap. And boom. I would do that, honestly. Right? That gives you one less tradable play because you're not trading Connect to go get Cam Whitmore and then now you're trading Cam Whitmore to go get a piece. Like, that would be pointless. But so it'd kind of take a trade piece off the board. But I also think Cam Whitmore would give you more. I think he has the potential to be more impactful next year than Dalton, right? Dalton, don't get me wrong, like on a random game, I think Dalton Connect could be better, right? I think on a random game, Dalton Connect can win you a game by himself. We saw it, right? Go off and just give you 30 and hit 10 threes. But Cam Whitmore, I think game by game, I think will be just more impactful and better. Because again, he can defend multiple positions. He can still shoot the 3 ball. He can still create for himself, create a little bit for others. I mean, he's a guy that I think would be fantastic for the Lakers. I really want to see the Lakers go get Cam Whitmore. just watching him play, although very limited, he's a guy that he needs run. He is strictly a circumstance of his environment, right? He went to a team that had no need, no purpose for him, right? Made no sense. I mean, Houston drafted him because he was literally the best player available. He was a guy that was supposed to be a lottery pick and ended up falling all the way to, what was it, 20th or whatever, right? So like they couldn't pass that up, right? But now they're in a position where it's like, well, we can't use him. There's no point. We don't have a use for him. My problem is I think that if the Lakers don't get Cam Whitmore, I think he's going to go somewhere else, and we're all going to be like, why didn't the Lakers get Cam Whitmore, whether there was draft or trade for him? Why did, Washington go get him and now he's a star, right? Like, I have that fear. I'd rather get Cam Whitmore and he's just cheeks for the Lakers than let him go somewhere else and watch him become a star. That's just me. But anyway, as always, this is a discussion. Pass a question on you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments. That being said, if you haven't liked this video, hit that like button. Helps me out. So we enjoy these types of videos and I truly appreciate it. Not subscribe to the channel, hit that subscribe button, turn on the bell notifications. Appreciate y'all. See you in the next one.